Welcome to Kitchen Basics 101, where I teach you the bare bone basics as if you've never cooked a day in your life from the perspective of a mom. Okay, I have all my ingredients out and ready because I'm going to make fresh raspberry frosting, which I haven't done before, but I found this really cool recipe for a sour cream cake with strawberry frosting. I'm allergic to strawberries, so I'm switching it up and making it raspberry, and we're gonna try it out and see how we like it. So my first step was frozen raspberries that I just left out on my counter, about a little over half a cup that I left out on my counter so that it could get defrosted. The recipe, like I said, is supposed to be for strawberry, but she mentioned that frozen was better than fresh. And I think that's a rule a lot of the times, except for eating just fresh, which is my, favorite way to eat fruit. But if you're going to use it in like a pie or a frosting or a cake or a Pop-Tart or like anything you're making, I find that frozen has way better like concentrated flavor. So I'm just gonna blend it up in my little blender here just to try to make it into like a smooth liquid. Now, obviously strawberries have seeds and the original recipe doesn't call for you to strain the puree, but raspberries have like even more seeds. So I'm just gonna put this through a sieve. Do you have to? No, but the idea of having like crunchy seeds in my frosting does not sound very appealing. So I'm gonna put it through a sieve and get all of the seeds out. All right, was it more work to strain the puree? Yes. Was it well worth it? Also yes. Okay, we're gonna take 2 sticks of butter. I'm using salted butter. You can use unsalted butter. I just don't buy unsalted butter to make recipes. So the butter's already salted, but I'm still gonna add the salt from the recipe. So I'm gonna add a half a teaspoon of kosher salt, and I'm just gonna put it in my mixer and beat it until it's like soft and fluffy. Now, can you do it without a mixer? Sure, but it's gonna take a lot longer and it's gonna be a lot more work. So you do you, boo. All right, now we're gonna add 3.5 cups of powdered sugar, but I'm gonna do it just like a half cup at a time. And add it in slowly because I don't want it to puff all over, and then just see how much like stiffness and frosting we get. All right, I've got 2 cups of powdered sugar in, and you can see it's definitely starting to look like frosting. Trying to get in closer for you to see. Okay, now I'm gonna add to the mix a teaspoon of vanilla paste. I prefer vanilla paste over vanilla extract, but you can also use vanilla extract if that's your preference. Okay, and now I'm gonna start by adding just like half of the puree to the mixer and mixing it up and seeing where I'm at before I add the other half of the puree. Look at it mixing the color in. Oh my gosh. I hope it turns out to be a gorgeous pink. We'll see. Oh my gosh, it is pink and stunning. The camera's not doing it justice at all. Let me put the rest of the puree in there because I just want like a really intense raspberry flavor. So I'm gonna put more in. All right, let's see what color it turns now as it mixes in the rest of that puree. I might have to add more powdered sugar because this might make it too loose. So we'll see. Never in my life have I made a fresh fruit frosting like this. A fresh fruit. I assume this is a buttercream, although the creator didn't name it such. But, we've got butter here, so I think that's what we're doing. I have never, and let me tell you what. It is so delicious. Like, is it dietetic? Definitely not. Do I want to smear it on literally everything? Yes. Things I wish, look at how gorgeous this is. Like, are you kidding me? Things I wish things I wish I had done differently is I wish I had sifted my powdered sugar because there is a little bit of like powdered sugar lumpage that I've been trying to get out with the mixer. So I just beat this so much longer than it needed to be. I just added powdered sugar until it got the consistency that I wanted. I don't think I have as much powdered sugar in here as the whole 3.5 cups, but like, you guys, let's put it on the cake. I mean, we can taste it on its own from the spoon. It's like fresh and fruity, but it's also like buttery, and there's a little hint of saltiness, and obviously it's sweet and it's creamy. Like it's dynamic. It's so good. Here's the like white sour cream cake that I made in the video before this, which I'll post before I post this frosted video, so it should be the video right before this. And this is the cake that I'm gonna put this frosting on, and I am so excited. I just feel like, how gorgeous would this be for Easter or for spring? Like, this cake is stunning. Like, you could obviously make it into like 2 rounds and make it more, you know, like a round cake and decorate it up cute or whatever. But for me, this is more like, I'm just going to put my fork in here and it's going to be incredible. And I'm very excited to taste it with you. Like, are you excited? Because I'm excited. I'm actually going to put a tasting of it on the cake one as well. Now, I think this might be a touch too much frosting. If you were doing 2 rounds, I could see why you'd need this much because you need to like layer. But for this, I feel like it's a tad much. Yeah? I know it sounds crazy, but it's pretty sweet. Like, I just think it's a tad. It's a tad much, but it's fine. We'll put it all on here and make it gorgeous. Like, are you kidding me? Imagine this for spring. You could decorate with like some little eggs or something. Okay, guys, don't be mad. I tasted it on the video where I made the cake. And then I'm come back to you to show you. Look at this gorgeousness. This is the cake. This is the buttery frosting. So good. Perfect for Easter. Perfect for spring. Light and fruity and buttery. It's kind of like giving pound cake. That frosting is so delicious. I'm so excited. I'm definitely going to try more cakes. I'm not much of a baker. Anyways, I love you guys.